Chaminade beat Steph Curry and Davidson on that list right there.
That was 1984.
And Hank Lucetti in Stanford. The lineups for tonight. Georgia, they're starting 5 players.
You want to name them or you want me to?
I'm watching the game, please.
It's right there in front of you.
Okay. Red Gresham, Tyreek Crump, Ant-Man, Rayshawn Hammonds, he's a lefty, and then my man Amanzi.
His last name is pronounced Ngumezi.
Amanzi is fine.
Here's Andre Aerosol.
I've got my pronunciation guide, which is the coolest thing I've ever had.
Well, it's only the 3rd Chaminade game we've had. Hopefully you learn the names by now. We won't see him again for a couple of years.
I am Chaminade.
Good
Beautiful inside.
Gresham with the basket. All right, here we go.
Okay,
Chaminade. Go for it.
Roman Young, Kendall Small, Aerosol, Tyler Cartano, and Elliot Donley. Chaminade, the Silver Swords, trying to hold on to just a little bit of pumice, and hopefully one day it'll rain.
Around 28, he got him back within 2 before the Spartans ended up pulling away in the last couple minutes.
I was stunned to see that Chaminade beat Steph Curry and Davidson on that list right there.
That was 1984.
And Hank Lucetti in Stanford. The lineups for tonight. Georgia, they're starting 5 players.
You want to name them or you want me to?
I'm watching the game, please.
It's right there in front of you.
Okay. Red Gresham, Tyreek Crump, Ant-Man, Rayshawn Hammonds, he's a lefty, and then my man Amanzi.
His last name is pronounced Ngumezi.
Amanzi is fine.
Here's Andre Aerosol.
I've got my pronunciation guide, which is the coolest thing I've ever had.
Well, it's only the 3rd Chaminade game we've had. Hopefully you learn the names by now. We won't see him again for a couple of years.
I am Chaminade.
Good
Beautiful inside.
Gresham with the basket. All right, here we go.
Okay,
Chaminade. Go for it.
Roman Young, Kendall Small, Aerosol, Tyler Cartano, and Elliot Donley. Chaminade, the Silver Swords, trying to hold on to just a little bit of pumice, and hopefully one day it'll rain there at the 10,000-foot level of Haleakala. You ever ridden your bike up there?
Anthony Edwards with his first basket. It's a 2.
So now with Ant-Man here, we have seen it once. And when you see it once, you want it every time. So what I'm calling for right here, right now, today, in this coveted 7th-place game, I want Anthony Edwards to go for the all-time scoring record here at the Maui Gym.
43, as far as we know. It's 43 as Tyreek Crump with the basket inside.
What do you mean, as far as we know? This is a record.
There's a little bit of, I think we're having a little bit of uncertainty looking at the record books, exactly whether that was accurate. But that's what we're told. It's 43 by Adam Morrison in 2005.
That's what it was yesterday. Did something happen overnight?
Things are very laid back.
No way. Look at that ball movement.
That's Roman Young with the 3 ball.
Chaminade. These guys are on fire. They have played so well throughout the tournament, just have not been able to finish.
They're 2-2 on the year. Georgia's 4-2, lost to Dayton by 19.
Everybody lost to Dayton until Kansas.
Yep. And then they lost to Michigan State, as we mentioned. There's 10 new players on this Georgia roster, so it's going to take some time for the Bulldogs to get into shape as Andre Aerosol gives Chaminade the early lead.
Spray him down, Aerosol, yes. Never forget, Chaminade had a 5-0 lead on Kansas, and were on their way to their 9th victory.
They played UCLA tight in the first half, but the Bruins ended up pulling away in the second half. Here's Kendall Small, a transfer from Oregon and Pacific. He played at both schools, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Silver Swords.
Ball movement for the Silver Swords. Cartano, he's their best player. He draws the defense. And with this crowd surging toward the court here, there is nothing that the Georgia Bulldogs can do other than whimper. And hopefully somebody will come and throw them a bone or a little extra scoop of dog food.
Here's Cartano And he's able to hit the jumper. He struggled yesterday. First team all Pac-West. That's the conference they play in Division II. It's an 8-0 run. But Hammonds with a nice reverse and finish.
Rayshawn Hammonds, also a left-handed player. But the pirouette, Baryshnikov here in Maui.
It's not just Anthony Edwards on this Georgia team. Hammonds is a good player. He's a junior. You've got Tyree Crump, who's a veteran player. Gresham, a grad transfer from Northeastern.
Great defense that time.
That was Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yep. And then a foul is called here on Kendall Small.
I was having the time of my life with Anthony Edwards before the game, and then the coach comes up and says, "Hey, we can't talk to him right now. We got a game to play."
What were you saying to him?
I was asking him about his life. Grew up, fantastic family there in Atlanta, big city guy. His dad, a real player in his own right in his day. Anthony started playing basketball when he was 4 years old, and loves Dwayne Wade, loves Oladipo, a couple of guys that Tom Crean had huge impact on in their careers. That's a traffic violation, please.
Yeah, there's Tom, who's in his second year, 20th as a head coach. His first coaching gig was an assistant at Michigan State here at the Maui Invitational. Tom Izzo got the job.
Previn, leave that shot up there.
You gotta look at basketball too.
It's the first time I've seen a guy with a jacket on in Maui. What is he doing? Must be the pressure of the 7th place game.
There is air conditioning. There's not as many bodies in here right now, so it is a little cooler than it's been the last couple days.
It's always perfect in the land of 80 degrees. Great defense here. And if you would quit making excuses, quit whining and complaining, we can have the time of our life here at the Maui gym like everybody else is having. Now that's beautiful basketball.
It's a 2. That's Tyree Crump. And it's tied at 10, and good defense again. How about Edwards with the block? He does everything. Hammonds in transition. Instead, he gets the layup adjusting in the last second as Cartano is going to challenge him.
Is Eric ever going to call a timeout here? Please.
You're always complaining about coaches calling timeouts, and now you're asking for one.
His guys are getting beat in defensive transition.
Well, here's the TV
that
timeout.
Just won't get it done. Defense leading to offense right here. Anthony Edwards so good, just touching it, keeping it.
Putting out stats in fantasy basketball, and here you are throwing
not
a free throw percentage.
Not everybody had the privilege of being in this magnificent temple, this shrine to excellence. And now as we go on the Maui Gym boat, heading toward the Lanai. You ever been to the far side of Lanai on a boat?
Here's Anthony Edwards bringing it up the floor. He'll hand it off.
I take that as a no.
Wheeler is in the game now, running the point. Wheeler all the way to the basket as Chaminade just let him go.
Please, Chaminade has to do better on the defensive containment. I know they have a Cartano, but you need containment. Beautiful passing.
Here is Cartano, nice spin and finish.
So he's made 2 plays in this game that we had not seen at all in the early round of this magnificent tournament.
He struggled a little bit yesterday. So first game not so bad. Struggled yesterday, but he's a very good player.
How many times have you been to the Maui Gym? This is your 3rd one, right?
3rd game? Your 3rd day? What are you asking? Edwards 3, no good. Saved though by Hammonds. And Hammonds gets it back.
Look at that.
Awed with the block. And then a foul is called on the putback attempt by Rodney Howell.
I'm concerned because, first of all, I haven't seen you much this entire week. You were not at any of the practices.
What are you talking about? I was here with you Sunday. I've been with you yesterday.
You must have been out.
Monday.
You must have been out exploring the map right there to try to figure out where to go. You've been out to...
Here, show them again,
Have you been out
your finger, people can't see over
there.
there.
The evolution of Dave, okay? This is what we got going here.
So this is me apparently right here with
That's you. That's you.
Who came up with this idea, by the way? And what is it supposed to mean? What's the point?
This is the story of your evolution.
The story of my trip when I landed on Sunday. Is that what this is?
Right. Well, you're
just make it short and explain it so that people can get back to basketball.
But you're wasting time with your faux intro. We're up against the shot clock.
Here's Telly Davenport. Awed driving, gets into the paint and can't get the shot. Cleared by Hammonds.
We're seeing more from Bill Awed and more from Tyler Cartano than we've seen in the earlier 2 games.
It's Bill Awed. You have the pronunciation guide right in front of you, remember?
No, that's for Georgia.
I don't. You're the Chaminade. You announced their whole starting lineup.
It's A-W-E-T.
Right, but it's pronounced Awed, like with a D.
Well, okay. So why don't I just pronounce it Stroman?
Traveling violation on Rodney Howard.
So I come up with the idea, and then I've got a great friend.
The idea of what? Just go back here. The 3 minutes have gone by. Remind people what you're talking about.
Some people follow along.
You're talking about the flashcard.
I'm talking about the evolution of Dave.
The card that you showed up that
yes, it has
describes my trip here.
It has. There's a copy in the Louvre. There's a copy in the Smithsonian, and you have your own copy.
There's one at the Vatican I saw.
So
the first one you did about me being oblivious is at the Vatican is Aerosol hits a three, and Chaminade's got a 1-point lead. 7 minutes in here. Drive by Crump.
Will history be made today? Chaminade.
And how long can Tom Crean keep Edwards on the bench here with Chaminade making a run? Here's Kamara.
How many points does Edwards have? Great defense by the Silver Swords.
A foul called on the putback try by Kamara.
Great ball movement by the Silver Swords. Cartano down the lane, steps right through and then kicks it back out. The swing pass, nailed the three-pointer right there. That's Aerosol, correct?
Yes, that's how you say it.
He can spray. Well, look, if T is pronounced D, where do we go from there?
Edwards, you asked, so I'll answer it. 2 points for Edwards. But here's the other thing, too, at Georgia. Tom Crean here is giving the guys an opportunity to play without him because at some point they may have to in an SEC game. So they got to learn how to play without him. You might as well do it early on against Chaminade.
That's about as lame excuse as I've ever heard.
What?
I came to see this guy go for the scoring record today.
Yeah, Tom Crean's trying to win a game. He's trying to coach a team. Trying to coach a team for a whole year.
They're on the ropes. He's got a jacket on in Maui.
Give him a break.
Oh, please, Coach Crean, save us from ourselves. Well, what a fantastic deal he's building down there in Athens, Georgia. They have the top recruiting class that they've ever had. He's implementing a new style, culture, and atmosphere. Last year, they set the all-time attendance record.
Nice move inside by Tumani Kamara, freshman from Brussels, Belgium. Ever been there?
I have. Beautiful there.
Aerosol.
Eddie Merckx is from Belgium.
Georgia sticking with that zone.
Tony Parker's from Belgium.
Here's a three from Young. That's good. Ties the game.
This is the best I've ever seen the Silver Swords play. Yeah. Tom Crean, he's going to take that jacket off. Or does he have a sponsorship deal with that?
Roman Young with 2 3-pointers for Chaminade.
The weave. Shades of the Harlem Globetrotters. Come on. What are these refs doing making that kind of call?
Kramer
it's
over
the
the
seventh
top.
place game. Coming up next, a grand celebration of life. Never forget.
Kai and clearly, and maybe talk about that.
I need so much help. Mostly what I need help is getting this guy out of the way. Kai, what? Really? Okay. Whoa.
You see our polio up here?
That's the polarization?
Yes.
I thought Jake was the polarization.
No, you're the only thing polarizing.
No.
In addition to the Maui Gym
This
sunglasses.
is incredible.
Imagine what you'll be able to see on the court using the Maui Gym.
That's a block. Come on, man. You can't be calling that a charge. Big wave, Bill.
Your directing was fantastic. Going like this so that he knows to do that. That was fantastic.
I have a number of nicknames here in Maui. Big Wave Billy, Blowhole, and also I've got a new
Jump of the whale.
the whale. Excuse me. I'm getting used to the whale. I love the sound at the end. But Maui, Jim, we got a new product here. It's called Blue Light Protects. And these clear glass lenses here, they remove all the blue light that comes off of your digital screen. And so whenever you're there and you're tired and your eyes are wearing out,
Aerosol hits a 3 to 10.
aerosol spray right here. And It looks so much better with my blue light protects on. This is an incredible innovation. Thank you, Maui Jim, for my life.
Does Maui Jim have a pair of sunglasses that will help you talk about actually basketball? Nice move inside by Fagan, and so Georgia.
It's a tight game, please.
That's why we're talking about the game.
I'm watching the game. Chaminade has 6 assists on 8 field goals. That's team basketball. Eric Bavard has made all of the adjustments necessary as this great program surges to yet another Pac-West Conference championship. How many teams in the Pac-West?
Point Loma won it last year. Here is
throw it down.
The breakaway, Christian Brown.
Wow.
Anthony Edwards still on the bench. Brown able to get the steal, but he traveled. Moment ago, Eric Bovera, the Chaminade head coach, mic'd up.
Hey, let's play our way. Missed shot, attack in motion. Made shot, get it out quick. You're going to find open guys if you move on the perimeter. Come to jump stops, turn and find people. People are open, okay? Offensively, if you keep moving, keep screening, keep curl cutting, back cutting, they get messed up all the time. But if you stand and just try to go one-on-one, get all the way to the basket, that's when we get into trouble, okay?
These young men are so lucky to have Eric Bavard be their coach. A 2-time All-America, a big-time scorer, a seamless transition, historic lineage from Pete Maravich and then Larry Bird, and now he's the incredible coach for 9 years at Chaminade, and we are the Chaminade broadcast team.
Yes, we are. 3 games in 3 days. There's 7 assists now on 9 baskets, so you heard Bovard talking about moving the ball, good things are going to happen, and they've executed very well offensively, shooting better than 50% here.
Look, you know, it's all fine and good that Eric talks about passing. That's like Danny Ainge talking about passing. Eric was a machine. He just filled it up, man. He let it fly from anywhere and everywhere.
Here comes Kendall Small off the Christian Brown miss, and
whoa,
trying to hit Telly Davenport.
Will somebody please give Kendall Small some of these blue light protects? His eyes seem to be confused. The ball movement, this is following the coach's direction here. The back cut down the lane. Tyler Cartano filling up the container.
You tried to rhyme twice with his name. It hasn't worked. Just give it up.
Look, I am thinking about the Flower Ladies today. Did you ever meet Bev over in Haiku? Bev is the Flower Lady, and she met Lori and me at the Maui Cyclery when we arrived.
Edwards' pull-up jumper won't go. A wed with a D with a rebound, even though it's got a T in his last name. Here's Davenport leaving it for Cartano, but a traveling violation.
When the Flower Ladies want back all that they've given you, won't you come see me, Queen Lori? Yes. Okay, here we go. We're set to go.
Where is Lori? I haven't seen her all week. Has she not been in the games?
No, she comes all the time, but she sits in a quiet section of the stands and keeps stats.
So she's playing fantasy basketball is what you're saying?
Yes.
Hammonds misses, and here comes Cartano up the floor.
For money. Oh, beautiful passing.
And Cartano timeout by Georgia. Oh, no, foul is called. So
wow.
3-point opportunity here. We're at a media timeout, but Ngumezi picks up the personal foul.
So if working on your fantasy sports tote sheet, right?
Did the Turtles mistake you for one of their own?
No, I'm a turtle without a shell. But these turtles, they nibble on the seaweed. Nibble on the seaweed that grows on the lava rocks. You know how things just kind of nibble. That's what the turtles do. And the only time they ever get into it with people is when the people come and give them grief. But over there in Ho'okipa, right, just up the road from Paia and Donnie's Bike Shop. Wow, they got tons of them there.
In other news, Georgia has 7 offensive rebounds now. Chaminade has none. Second chance points, the only reason why Georgia's got the lead right now. They get another one. So 8 second chance points to none for Chaminade. It's a 4-point Bulldog lead.
If you're just bigger and stronger than the other guys, I mean, have you ever played against little tiny people before? Beautiful ball movement. Isaac Arthuri. Wow, just a freshman from Portland, Oregon. It's a huge Oregon connection here to Maui. You ever been to Chaminade University? It's right there, kind of on the up island side from Diamond Head.
Arthur got the steal and then a foul called against Hammonds, his first.
This ball movement for Chaminade, Eric Bavaire's got to be so happy. I'm really surprised that Tom Green has not extended the defense out there, because those threes are finally going down from Chaminade.
Chaminade 6 of 8 from three-point land.
2,300 students there at the Chaminade campus. 4 men's sports, 6 women's sports. Bill Villa, the longtime athletic director, just one of the finest human beings you'll ever meet. Maybe he'll be considered for the new athletic director at UCLA.
How come you haven't thrown your name in the ring for that? Tough shot by Small.
I'm promoting Bob Iger for that position.
Well, if Bob doesn't want it, he might want to.
Whoa! Anthony Edwards.
Beautiful move by Edwards. In all seriousness, because we asked you the question last year who you thought would be a good candidate for the UCLA head coaching job, and you threw out a guy as a former president. So I'm not going to ask you that again. They've hired Mick Cronin, but what do you want to see in athletic director at UCLA?
I want Bob Iger, and when you read his book, you'll know why. The ride of a lifetime. Great defense, Chaminade, the Silver Swords.
But Hammonds on the offensive glass again doing work, and a foul is called on Chaminade. That is a 15 foul. They get Davenport for the personal, his first.
Have you ever fallen on a sword?
I might after working with you this week. 6 games in 3 days.
I am the blowhole. I am the Eggman. Anthony Edwards, this is coast to coast. This is just beautiful basketball. The more I watch him, the more I love him. And where do you have him in the draft?
I don't have him anywhere. Mike Schmitz, who is the ESPN NBA draft analyst,
Look
has
at
number
Anthony
2
Edwards.
as Edwards hits a 3, and he's got 7 points. Starting to heat up.
I want to know if Tom Green understands anything about television.
Well, he did television before he took the Georgia job. Cartano misses it, rebounded by Edwards.
So why doesn't he have Anthony Edwards out here the entire game?
Edwards throws it away, trying to hit a cutting Hammonds.
Anthony Edwards, this guy, the more I see him, the more I like him. I'm starting to put him in the class of Maui Jim. And jumpers, drives, defense, rebounding, passes. The pass through 4 guys yesterday. But that was as great a pass as I can remember in this lifetime.
Well, this is also everybody's 3rd game in 3 days. Edwards really working hard on both ends of the floor. I think that's what makes him.
This is our 5th game in 3 days.
Yeah, but for Georgia, they haven't played 5 games in 3 days. So,
but don't say everybody did.
So Mike Schmitz, he's got James Wiseman number 1. The NCAA upheld that suspension for Wiseman, so he'll be eligible January 12th.
Right. So the appeal was to them. Certainly they're going to uphold their own suspension. Were you holding your breath on something else? Look at that team defense here. Red. Spectacular play.
And here is Edwards flying down the lane and laying it in. Boy, what body control.
Time out. Wow. Hawaii, which has to import 90% of their food here. Chaminade might want to, a la Timothy Egan, but so big, so strong, so powerful, so graceful, so effortless.
He's got 9 points, 5 rebounds, and a block, and he's got a lot of deflection. I mean, he goes hard on the defensive end.
I'm concerned about you, young man. I just don't think you're a very curious person. Can I ask you something? I get either just a dead air or...
That's called ignoring it. It's not done by accident.
I asked you about what number entrance into the United States Hawaii was, and I got nothing. I asked you about a book. I asked you about Bob Iger. I asked you about blowholes. I get nothing.
I answered you about Bob Iger.
Do you know...
Edwards pull-up 3 off the mark. Rebounded by...
Send it away.
Out of bounds. He touched it.
Ray Perrone, the referee, right on top of it in his last game of his career. 36 years. The only person still alive who can actually claim that he saw me one time play basketball.
He retired last year, but he wanted to do one more Maui Invitational. So this is his final game tonight. He's here with his wife, Denise, daughter, Nicole, son-in-law, John. Congratulations, Ray, and a great career.
Is that the ref, Ray, or is that that guy that sits next to Jake all the time?
Talking about Dan Schulman? He doesn't look anything like Ray Perot.
But I thought he retired. Okay, here we got with Ray Perone. Lives in New Jersey. That's his wife on the left.
That would be Denise. Nicole's on the right, and his son-in-law, John.
There's the most beautiful girl in the world. She's here tonight keeping her stats.
Poor Lori. People feel bad for me working with you, but at night I get to go to my own room. She's got a.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
You got that.
She said yes to me once, 31 years ago. Oh my! Great ball movement here by the Bulldogs.
Turnover by Georgia.
Tom still got his jacket on over there. At least he's got Anthony Edwards in the game. Please. This is ESPN.
Chaminade has hit 6 of 9 3-pointers. And they've been able to force 8 turnovers in this game. So they played much better. It's been their best game through the 3 days that we've had them. It's their best game so far.
Well, they played Kansas, which is the best team in the tournament, no matter what Jake says. And they played UCLA. UCLA just overpowered them, took them to the rim every single time. And now they're playing a very young but promising Georgia Bulldog team.
Christian Braun with a foul. Do you think if Azubuike plays like he did today, we see that consistently, can Kansas win the national championship?
Yes.
You have more than that? Do you want to elaborate? You're an analyst.
You asked me a yes or no question, please.
What will it take?
I answered.
Okay,
you
so
always.
Let me rephrase it as Kamar gets about. What will it take for them to win a championship?
I'll tell you what I love about Kansas.
Okay.
This is a team that when I put my Maui gyms on, or whether I put my blue light protects on, I can see really clearly that this is a team that relies on substance. It relies on skill, fundamentals, physical fitness, all the elements of a championship team. They don't rely on gimmicks. They don't have to double team people. They don't have to run around aimlessly trying to mess up the game, hope the other team will just collapse.
Edwards with a steal, got him ahead to Crump for the layup.
They have a brilliant coach. Dotson had the game of his life today, career high 31 points. They've got so many players who can make big plays. And now they got Silvio inside. Bob Dylan's already written a song about Silvio. You got McCormick, who's big, tough, wants to get physical out there. So Kansas could clearly win the championship.
I think I'm really intrigued by Dayton. If Obi Toppin continues to play the way he is, and it's not just him, they got some excellent players around, and Dayton is going to have a terrific year. I still think Michigan State too. I don't know if Langford's going to be back, if they're going to get him back.
We hope.
Michigan State with Cassius Winston, they can beat anybody.
At the end of the day, you know, the Dayton story is fantastic. I want nothing but the best for them. Love all their players, love their coach. Traveling violation, send it the other way. But at the end of the day today, they missed free throws, a ton of them, and they missed a ton of layups. They could have won the game, they should have won the game, and they didn't. Will they learn from that? Will they recover? But the star from Cassius Winston has been spectacular, except for the game they lost against Virginia Tech. We've got them coming up in the third place game. Obi Toppin, what a player.
Nice movement by Elliott Donley, couldn't finish inside, and obviously at the top there you have Anthony Edwards, who had 33 in the second half against Michigan State.
How close is he to the all-time scoring record in this game?
Well, he's got 9 points right now, but he does have 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal.
So he had 33 in the second half. If he gets 33 in the second half, what's 33 plus 9?
42. Hammond's picked up the foul, his second.
That would leave him 1 short, so he still has a chance.
Edwards to the bench. And that game will be on ESPN2, by the way, at 11:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 our time. It'll be the final game here at the Maui Gym, Maui Invitational.
Beautiful inbounds play.
Donley
wow.
with the basket.
Elliott Donley, he's played really well.
He's from Japan.
Yokosuka. Have you been to Japan? I want to go. I want to go to the Olympics. I'm still waiting for the deal to go down.
Chaminade back within 6, closing in on a minute to go here in the first half. Shot clock is at 5. Where's the offense going to come with Edwards on the bench? 3 is short, but an offensive rebound for Kamara, but then a turnover.
Push the ball, Chaminade. Come on. Unsheath your sword. Beautiful. Just like just draw it up. Right off the defender's hand.
To Davenport under the basket.
Small and Young are playing fantastic. Cartano has come alive here. I'm still waiting for Morningstar to start beaming. Please.
Plays and play.
Aerosol. They put a cap on Aerosol.
He's got 11 points. Aerosol.
Spray him down.
Crump. No good on the 3.
Look at the way Chaminade pursues that ball. We're in the final possession here. This is spectacular basketball here in the all-important 7th place game.
Where do you go here for your Chaminade?
A 3-pointer. Run the BYU triple screen. Penetration and just like you draw it up.
Hits the 3.
The tip pass. Ralph Sampson beating the leg.
Wasn't as dynamic as he was, although maybe our expectations are getting too high. He did have a blocked shot, but Chaminade's got the lead right now.
The tip pass. Ralph Sampson beating the leg.
Wasn't as dynamic as he was, although maybe our expectations are getting too high. He did have a blocked shot, but Chaminade's got the lead right now.
You're kidding. Georgia dominated the glass plus 17, but it had 11 turnovers there. Chaminade had 12 points off of those turnovers, plus they were 7 for 11 from 3.
Cartano with the basket that gives Chaminade the advantage. They've scored 9 straight points going back to the end of the first half, and they can add to their lead right now.
I love history. Are you curious enough to have interest in life? It would be so spectacular to have Chaminade actually win a game that I had a chance to broadcast. Traveling violation. Okay, we've got the fruit of the day. Dr. Norm has brought it to us today, so whenever we have a moment. There it is, fruit, the Maui Gold pineapple. I've got a lot of different brands of Maui Gold. This pineapple one is very, very special.
How's that going to go with your fake teeth? Are you going to be able to bite into that?
Well, I'll try.
we don't want to lose. We want to scare the natives here. Okay?
I am willing to experiment. I'm willing to explore.
Your life has proven that.
I live a life of curiosity. What's this?
Gresham, no, but the tip-in is good.
Come on, Chaminade, you got to deny guard penetration. If UCLA would have done that, they would have had a better chance of winning these games.
How about you just get a shot in at UCLA out of the blue as Donnelly floats that one up and in.
Did you ever play basketball? Were you a front court player, or did you sit on the bench, or what did you do? Oh, that's an offensive foul.
On Ngumezi.
Here.
His second.
Amanze.
So if you're giving him some advice when you catch the ball in the low post.
Amanze?
Yes, what are you telling him there so he doesn't commit an offensive foul?
Don't worry about the defense. Establish yourself. He's looking to just knock somebody over. He's already right there.
How about he put the ball on the floor the first thing he did?
You don't do that either. You catch it, you get a good post entry pass. Great transition offense here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was
finally
the steal.
Growling. Throw him a bone.
There's barely anybody in the stands behind us, so everything you say, everybody hears. And when you start growling and whimpering, everybody's looking to you like there's something wrong.
We're on ESPN. Everybody hears everything I say. Come on. Don't be afraid, please. Be curious. Read a book.
First foul on Georgia. Look at the steal here by Xavier Wheeler, a freshman from Houston. He had originally committed to Texas A&M, but shifted his decision to Georgia to play for Tom Crean. Donnelly inside, no. Rebounded by Hammonds.
Celebrate curiosity, please. Enjoy Ant-Man.
Hammonds goes to the right hand, his offhand after the spin. That's a nice finish by Rayshawn Hammonds, who has 8 points.
Even though Anthony Ant-Man Edwards is only 18 years old, Whoa, let that one fly.
He did. He missed it, though. In and out for Aerosol, who has 14 points.
It's the best I've ever seen.
Oh, what a
Aerosol.
play as Edwards takes it and scores, and he's fouled.
Best I've ever seen Aerosol play. But
that was Edwards.
I know, but I was from the other end.
How about that move, though?
There's up and down. I was shocked to hear Jake today talking about people playing both ends of the court.
Watch this fake, though, by Edwards. Look at that. Look how quick he is.
That's called a crossover, please.
You don't think that was special? Wasn't a pretty sweet move?
It's a very nice play. So just do that every time. So, ants, right? Ants are as old as dinosaurs. They've been around for 130 million years. The early humans are only 2 million years old. Earth, that's been here for 4.5 billion with the B years.
Nice move by Kendall Small. Inside had the big on him, but it didn't matter. He got the basket. Chaminade back within 4. And Edwards going to pull up for 3. And way short.
Push the ball, Chaminade. Come on. This is your chance. Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Look at this. Small just toying with Ant. Man.
Cartano drives and finishes. Nice move by Tyler Cartano. Might be the best player in the Pac-West Conference.
Shades of John Havlicek. God rest his soul. Oh my gosh, what a player.
12 points for Cartano.
Have you ever been attacked by a swarm of fire ants?
Today. Hammonds, no. Awed with a rebound.
Have you ever been buried on the beach and have your face covered with honey?
Not today. Cartano banks it in, ties it up at 47.
Waiting for the fire ants to come, and there's nothing you could do.
Give me a great idea for something to do with you post-game.
Post-game? I'm going to Fleetwood's. On the waterfront of Lahaina. Let's go. Look at that defense here.
That was Young, got a piece of it. Now an opportunity here in transition. Cartano! And Chaminade has the lead again. Timeout, Georgia.
Tom Crean better take his jacket off. It's heating up in here. This place is getting hot.
Take on Gonzaga, Michigan, North Carolina, both advance.
That's turning out to be a terrific tournament. Who's working those games? I've seen the video, but I haven't had the audio transmission.
Following us, Kevin Brown and Chris Spatola have the call.
Kevin Brown, I think I saw him on the last Dead tour. I'm not sure.
There they are. There's Chris and Kevin.
With the Dolphin.
That game is tied Oregon Seton Hall, by the way, 28.
Juwan Howard, we're wishing him the best. Mark Few, spectacular already.
Anthony Edwards just picking the ball.
Play. Yes, cross off the box and then step right there. Elliot Donnelly just too good. Perfect post entry pass. Great shooting here for the Silver Swords. They have been unsheathed. Roman Young, who went to, he's from Wichita, but he went to Mineral Area Community College. Isn't that like one of your nicknames, Cole?
Aerosol now has 16 points. The lead is 4. Chaminade has only won 8 times here, but they did win the last time they were in this tournament. As Edwards is fouled, they beat Cal 2 years ago. They smoked them by 24.
Did Roxy Bernstein ever call back on that or not?
Call back on what?
Call Roxy here. Well, I'm getting lots of calls here from the University of Georgia graduates here, the alumni. Dominique.
You should show people who's been texting you during the game.
Dominique is still mad as you can be.
Dominique's mad at me. 10-0 run ends.
Mad at you. You said
I say that Dominique got mad about.
This is a direct quote. Dominique. Oh, that was. We're talking about the modern era now.
Right. When I said that he's the highest-rated recruit of the modern era to go to Georgia.
And I said, what about Dominique Wilkins? And you said, we're talking about the modern era, Bill. How do you describe the modern era? Somebody who's still wearing diapers or what?
40 years ago. This is the area of Twitter and all other forms of social media.
Okay. So, to Dominique Wilkins, what was his nickname?
Human highlight film.
Right. And there was never a more appropriate nickname.
Foul called here by on Cartano. That is his first and the second team 13 foul on Chaminade.
We love Dominique Wilkins, and we're so happy and proud that he's still part of that Hawks organization. Tony Ressler, the owner there, and for the Hawks today, doing a magnificent job. Bringing that guy Bruno Fernando from Angola, the first Angolan player in the history of the NBA. Silvio destined to be next.
Here's Kamara driving on a wed. And it won't fall, but he will go to the line for 2, 14 foul. And Awed picks up his 3rd personal. Saturday, 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. LSU fell from number 1 to number 2.
Why? Who beat them?
Well, nobody did, but the college football playoff rankings came out.
Who ranks them?
The committee. And LSU is number 2.
Committee.
The Tigers play Texas A&M. ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Hampton by Hilton. Rob Mullins, who is the athletic director at Oregon, he is the chair of the ESPN College Football Playoff Committee.
The committee, Rob Mullins does a fantastic job. Hired by Pat Kilkenny at the University of Oregon. Conference of Champions. Whack.
I didn't think we'd be able to cross off the Pat Kilkenny square in our Bill Walton bingo today with Chaminade playing Georgia, but we somehow managed.
Maui Gold Pineapple, Pat Kilkenny. Pat and Stephanie are down in the Bahamas with the Oregon Ducks on this tournament.
They're down 4 to Seton Hall right now. Battle of ranked teams. Turnover by Chaminade. Georgia trying to get a transition basket. Edwards pass is intercepted by Kramer. And then down court, a 2-on-1. Great finish by Small, and he'll go to the line. Speaking of Oregon, Small was a transfer from Oregon. He was there on their Elite 8 team from 4 years ago. He'll go to the line as Fagan commits the foul.
Speaking of Chaminade in Hawaii, have you seen the new movie, spectacular as it is, called Fire on the Mountain by Chris Benchetler?
I missed that one. I'm busy watching basketball. Small with a 3-point opportunity.
One of the greatest projects I've ever been involved with. Fire on the Mountain by Chris Benchetler. Action sports superhero.
Biggest lead of the night for Chaminade after the free throw by Small. 5-point advantage.
What happens when Chaminade wins in this historic opportunity? Do they shoot off the fireworks? There's confetti and streamers and everything coming out. Do the fans storm the court?
You sleep on the beach. That's what happens.
I do that anyway. If I waited for a Chaminade victory, my goodness. That's like waiting for the ball to come to you in the game of life.
What a Conley!
Elliott! He stepped out of bounds.
Stepped on the sideline, trying to get the steal.
Shades of James Worthy.
Stepping out of bounds?
No, up in the passing lane. Throw the ball ahead. James Worthy, who could go 3/4 of the length of the court with one dribble. Oh, clearly on the line. So sad.
By the way, Chaminade, 7 of 13 from 3, and they also have 19 points off of 16 Georgia turnovers, so that's been a big problem for the Bulldogs. But credit Chaminade with its defense. Georgia, meanwhile, just 2 for 10 from 3-point range. Anthony Edwards has 14 points.
I think the Bulldogs need some of these new blue light protection. Protect their sunglasses here.
It's a foul on Small. That's the 15th foul. At some point, Edwards, based on what we saw yesterday, is going to have to say, I'm just going to take over here and get my team.
So what's he waiting for?
That's a good question. What do you think's going through his mind? You've been a superstar player.
You have to be hungry. And you have to be hungry every day, and you have to come to the outset of the game at the opening tip ready to explode, to be the fire on the mountain. To be willing to fight off the fire ants that are nibbling at you and waiting for the honey to be poured over your head.
But how do you manage setting up your teammates, which a lot of times he's playing point guard?
There's Danny Ainge having another great time. Just look at
scouting.
Look at the joy. There's the guy next to him.
He's working, but how do you, if you're Edwards, manage trying to set your teammates up and taking over as he does now? Hit a 3. So his second 3-pointer gets Georgia within 2. He's got 17 points.
Anthony, we love you. We've seen it. We just want it every time now. Come on. There's still time for the record. 43 is the number you're shooting for.
How about Small off of 1 foot on a step back? He's had a nice run here.
Did he shoot that right or left-handed?
He was right-handed.
Because he's a left-handed player. When he's wide open.
Here he is again, Edwards. And he can't get the bounce.
Just missed.
Offensive rebound and put back by Kamara, and he was fouled.
Bev, the flower lady, is going to be delivering the Proteas and the Ginger and the Heliconia. Inbound the ball, and now he's just walking down by Tom Green, who's trying to tell him, get moving, let's go. The defense is just smothering him. Boy, look how hard he had to work for that shot. But with the tenacious, relentless pursuit of the ball on the offensive glass, the Bulldogs were able to stay right in there.
3-point play.
Color and light. That's what we're seeing right now.
Great ball handling by Small. Offensive foul, though.
Please.
No basket.
Come on, Small is playing like a giant among shriveling midgets.
Third on Kendall Small. Let's see. Yeah, he beat him to the spot before the offensive player began his upward motion.
I disagree. I just don't.
Okay.
Why is
that a no call then? Or you're not going to call a block, are you?
I would call that a crime against human decency. Why is the bigger player, beautiful back cut, throw it down one time. Wow. Mike Peake, a freshman from Chicago. They got so many top 100 players on this Tom Crean squad.
And Georgia has the lead back. 8 minutes into the second half. Georgia trying to get out of here with a win. Came in 4-0, lost the first 2 games of this tournament against Dayton and Michigan State. They also have to play at Arizona State. They play at Memphis. And their first SEC game is Kentucky, so they have a tough schedule coming up. Basket by Cartano, and the Silver Swords in front again.
Are you old enough to know what a teeter-totter is? How things go up and down on either side through the balance point. Beautiful
Edwards
stroke.
again can't get the bounce though. He's missed 2 in a row. We thought he might get hot after he nailed that first 3.
What's the largest ant ever found in the history of the world? Cartano!
Offensive rebound and missed the putback try.
Look at
Edwards tipping it to himself, and here he goes in transition. Takes it all away. Fouled and count the basket. What a play, Anthony Edwards.
Oh my God.
He's got 19.
A man among preschool children. 3-pointers, 50%, and we are so very lucky at this moment to have Nicole Perrone join us in the broadcast booth right here. Nicole, just lean in and say hi to your dad, Ray. Or is that your grandfather? That's your dad?
We can't hear Nicole. She doesn't have a headset though.
And he's coming home, right? He's coming. At least for the first day. Okay. Thank you, Nicole. Way to go. Great job.
Her dad is officiating the game. It's his last game.
His last game ever after 36 years.
3-pointer will not go.
Look at that battle for the rebound.
And offensive rebounding has been the reason why Georgia's in front. 13 offensive rebounds by Georgia. Only 2 free throw attempts for Chaminade. They got to find a way as you look at Ray Perrone. There's Nicole. There's mom, his wife Denise, and his son-in-law John.
What a fantastic family. And how much fun they're all having here in Hawaii.
Here's Edwards.
Do you have a family?
Pulls it back and can't get the shot. Rebounded.
Push the ball now. Come on, Chaminade. One time.
Stop rooting for Chaminade. You're supposed to be unbiased.
I love being part of history.
I know you feel like you're the color analyst for Chaminade.
I am the Chaminade broadcaster.
Here's Cartano on the drive, but he missed the layup. Rebounded by Gresham. Gresham bringing it up the floor. And Kamara missed the layup. The putback go by Gresham.
How many points, how many second chance points for the Bulldogs?
18 second chance points.
So if you took that away from them, they would have 44 points in this game.
Well, rebounding's been, you said that yourself. I mean, when you're bigger and stronger, they're plus 20 on the glass right now, Georgia.
And they're only winning by 4. There's Marcus Haynes right there.
Wheeler kicks it out. Gresham's 3, around and out. At the putback slam by Peake. He's provided some energy off the bench. Mike Peake.
Throw it down one time. 5 top 100 players from last year's high school class on this year's Georgia Bulldog squad. Anthony Edwards, number 1. Christian Brown, number 64. Whoa, that's a great shot.
That was a great shot by Cartano.
That's Jerry West right there.
He's got 21 points. He came in averaging 17 per game.
My grandson Jaquan Walton was number 71 on last year's list. Samir Wheeler, number 79, and then Tumani is number 97. Tom Green doing the job recruiting. Look at him up in the passing lane. Jerry West takes the man wherever he wants him. Puts him in the popcorn machine, leads right in on the elevator. The defender gets off at the 7th floor, and Jerry goes to the 9th floor. Face net.
Anthony Edwards goes to the bench.
Look at Marcus Haynes.
Hammonds for 3. No good. But Gresham is there again with a rebound.
Gresham is so key here.
Hits a 3, and Georgia extends the lead to 7 now.
Still wearing the coat, Tom Crean. Must be sponsored.
Or he could just be chilly. It's possible. Nice play by Gresham getting the steal ahead to Wheeler. He puts it in. And the lead is 9.
Have you ever been outside? Have you just lived in a cage? Please be curious. Captain Cook.
Rather than just being bigger and stronger.
Well, that's what's going on here.
Plus 22 overall on the glass for Georgia.
Maybe if some of these guys would come and eat some of Dr. Norm's passion fruit of the day here in the land of Maui.
Well, where's the Maui Gold pineapple?
It's coming out soon.
We had dragon fruit yesterday. You're supposed to feed me.
Oh, okay, here we go. Pat, we need the Maui Gold, Pat.
Small miss, out of bounds. It's going to be Georgia ball.
Bring the prime stuff here. Okay.
There we go.
There we go. What do you got?
I'm not letting you feed me.
Oh. Maui Gold. Yeah.
Here, Pat, you keep eating so you don't talk.
Pat, do you have the other brand as well? Oh, this is just delightful.
Here's Crump for 3, no good. Rebounded by Small.
Would you like some? Where's Nicole?
Why don't you put some other stranger on the air? Here's Small missing the shot, knocked around, and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Chaminade.
There's Dr. Norm. There we go.
Here, you spilled some on yourself. It's all right. These pants are. LeBron James, according to what was on Twitter, hurt his knee, but I think has checked back in. Anthony Davis going to talk about his return to New Orleans. Lakers and Bucks going for 9 straight wins. And how to defend maybe the best receiver in football, the Saints' Michael Thomas. That's coming up SportsCenter after the NBA on ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're not spreading fake narratives and conspiracy theories, are you? Please.
What are you talking about? With LeBron? I'm just reporting the news for people who aren't watching that game. Cartano fouled by Hammonds. That is
We're watching this game.
I understand.
Danny Ainge just came by to congratulate us.
I asked Danny if he wanted to come on. He said no. I think
he was busy.
Either that or
he's taking notes.
I think he's a little concerned about sharing the microphone with you. Danny was really good when he did
That's
TV.
the coach. That's Mike Young there, the coach. That guy's fantastic, man. I just met him this week. I can't wait for Virginia Tech. There are so many great storylines there.
It's his first year after 17 years as the head coach at Wofford, 30 years in all at Wofford before he left to take the job at Virginia Tech. He's a native of Radford, Virginia.
20 miles north.
Blacksburg.
Blacksburg. So Danny Ainge is one of the most fun, interesting, entertaining, and exciting people I've ever known. Did you ever have the privilege? Are you old enough to have ever heard Danny Ainge broadcast a basketball
I just said that. He was good at broadcasting.
He was great at broadcasting.
Here's Small with the pull-up jumper.
Beautiful.
Gets the roll, and so Chaminade hanging around, back within 6.
He shoots with either hand, Small does.
I think he's right-handed. You keep saying he's lefty, but
his coach said he was left-handed. But in the lane, he shoots either hand. His free throw last night, you old enough to remember last night? He shot it left-handed.
Gresham is fouled on the drive. That'll be the 19th foul. What were you laughing about there? What did he say?
Oh, we were just having a great conversation about you.
And then he said, Dave, I'm so sorry for you. He always says that when you're not around.
That's fine.
And what are you telling him there? Danny, we talked about you on the air last night. Please.
Yes.
Have a seat. Have some Maui Jim sunglasses.
No,
Have some Maui Gold
I offered him.
pineapple.
I offered him some Maui Gold.
And here you guys were back in '86 when you won the championship. What were you thinking right in that moment?
Well, that is the championship game right there.
What were you thinking right then and there? What's going through your mind?
There's nothing like being part of a special team, and that was really, really special. The Celtics, Larry, Kevin, Danny, Chief, DJ, Rick, Scotty, Jerry, Red, Casey.
You were named NBA Sixth Man of the Year, and until James Harden won the MVP award, you were the only player to win an MVP and a Sixth Man of the Year award, but now Harden is the second person to do that.
James and I, we won that in different order.
Yes, he won Sixth Man of the Year first, and then MVP with the Rockets.
Send it back, Cartano. My goodness. How high is high? How long can you elevate? This was basically a butterfly. This is a condor soaring, waiting to strike. He's just up, waiting. Bam! Bring that, get that weak stuff out of here.
Lay off the pineapple, would you?
I love Maui Gold.
Par 3 out.
Three times Maui Gold pineapple 3 times.
Can I call the game here? 3 for Aerosol. Chaminade within 4. Aerosol
It's
has got
on TV.
20.
It's on TV. They're watching the game.
Aerosol's got 19. Cartano 21. Chaminade trying to win for just the 9th time in this tournament, and they're 0 for 10 against the SEC here at the Maui Jim Maui Invitational.
So are you calling this a victory for Chaminade?
I'm trying to call the game. Edwards stripped and fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. That's our job, to broadcast the game, not to bring strangers on the air. Foul on Cartano.
Look,
Second
the
foul.
daughter of the referee, after 36 years of him giving up his life so that you could have a life of your own, and you're
He's
going
an official.
to deny this young lady a chance to say thank you to her dad.
She didn't have a headset, and we already
Please.
had it on. We've had her on.
You're going to call.
We've had Danny Ainge
You're
on.
going to call Danny Ainge a stranger. Look at how much fun they're having here. Everybody should come to the Maui Gym.
All right, Anthony Edwards, we got to talk about him. 20 points, but look at the second half. So far in this tournament, but
So
much better in the second half.
This is what I recommend, is that he go home and he has breakfast with Dominique Wilkins about what it's going to take to be the incredible star that Anthony Edwards is more than capable of becoming.
Well, he's had a good night. 21 points, 7 rebounds.
There you go with your stats. They're losing. Oh no, they're winning. Sorry, I lost track. My fault.
Way off the pineapple.
More pineapple. Clear things up.
Aerosol's going to try again. No good. But offensive rebound by Donley. And up and in. 3-point game.
They're right there. Chaminade. History on the line.
Bill, I know you were paying attention when Eric Wilbert said if we got a rebound, we got to start getting to the glass. Good things will happen. And there you saw finally an offensive rebound and putback. They're minus 19 on the glass, but that was a
And they're right there. They're just down 3. Can anybody make a defensive play here for the Silver Swords?
Wheeler spins, lost the ball.
Here they go. Numbers.
Aerosol gives it up to Cartano for the lay-in.
Oh, somebody's hurt. Ouch. 2 players down for the Bulldogs. Somebody has stolen their
Trying to see the number.
dog
Can't see the
bowl
number
here.
right there. I think that's Mike Peak. There's Peak being helped up. He collided with a teammate there, it looked like, on that layup by Cartano to get Chaminade within 1, 4:35 to go.
This is a team, Georgia, just filled with interchangeable swing players. They just push the ball faster.
See him step on his teammate Donnell Gresham.
I mean, that's basically a self-check here. You step on your own teammate. Oh. Looked like he was going for the Michael Cooper, LeBron James from behind block on the break. Ouch.
Georgia ball, 1-point lead. Chaminade has scored 10 of the last 12 points. Here's Edwards. Nice pass. Hammonds wouldn't fall, but he'll go to the line. you know, obviously we talked a lot about the scoring of Anthony Davis, but he's shown that he can be a great playmaker. He had just an incredible pass in transition yesterday.
Well, Anthony Davis does make all those plays. This Anthony Edwards, though, he's trying to get to them. That's what I heard.
Oh, I meant Anthony Edwards, sorry.
Just trying to give you a chance here, man.
Hammonds gets the first free throw.
I like Hammonds. He looks like a lot of those guys for Dayton and Kansas. Big, broad-shouldered guy, can run like crazy. You never told me who that guy's name was, the big, tall left-hander for Miami that won the championship with Ray Allen and LeBron. Can't think of his name right now.
Tristan Thompson?
No, Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh.
73-70, Georgia leads Chaminade with 4 minutes to go.
Great defense by the Bulldogs. Oh!
Aerosol steps back.
Let it fly. Spray on out, Aerosol. Don't let the regulations hold you back or down.
So Aerosol hit a 3 at the end of the first half, and
the crowd is just standing here as one, ready to storm the court. That's a traveling violation.
Hammonds with the basket down low. He's got 12 points, 3-point Georgia lead. 3 minutes to go.
This is the best I've ever seen Chaminade play.
Cartano for 3 in the tie.
Oh, so close.
And a foul on Chaminade. That is going to send Georgia to the line. They are in the double bonus. So 2 free throws for Georgia when we come back.
Aerosol has been, they swim here or what?
Planes do get delayed. I mean, it's not uncommon.
No way.
They are 8-94. The Maui Invitational. The last win was Cal a couple years ago.
Steph Curry, Marvin Barnes, Hank Lucetti, Chris Ford, Bill Bradley, Oklahoma. What was the great left-hander that died, who was the guitar player? In Texas, as Kevin Durant. And Cal Berkeley, that's Roxy Bernstein. That's quite the list of people that Chaminade has taken down.
Meanwhile, Kamara hits 2 free throws, and Georgia was just 11 of 17 at the line prior to those makes. So it's a 5-point Bulldog lead. 3 minutes to go.
That was Wayman Tisdale, our research staff, right on top of that. Glad to hear that they're still on site.
Dr. No is still here in Maui. Well, he might quit after this game between the doubleheader here.
Traveling violation. I'm just glad that Dr. No is still here and hasn't left for his late night flight yet. We have another game, right?
We do, yes.
But he is going home to see his family, so.
BYU taking on Virginia Tech up next year in the 3rd place game. Anthony Edwards trying to get free, calling for it in the low block. They double him.
Beautiful. Oh, my goodness.
Wheeler missed the layup, but there's Hammonds. Goes back up. He missed the dunk. Edwards there. Wow. 2 missed dunks by Wheeler. They've had 6 chances.
What is the record for the most missed dunks on offensive stickbacks in the 7th place game?
Aerosol.
Oh, right there. Again, find Aerosol. He's got the hot hand. Clear aside. Oh, my. Oh, okay.
Touch last by Hammonds.
Stick a toothpick in it and find some more Maui gold. Let's go. Okay, this is a replay. This will make the bottom 100.
Not top 10?
No.
That's what it's called. The sports are not top 10.
It's called not top 10? Okay.
It's not a bottom 100. Yeah. 5-point deficit for Chaminade. We're inside 2 minutes to go. Aerosol drive and dish. Small penetrates, got caught in the air and threw it away.
So when Small comes down the lane like that, he's got to keep his feet on the ground. Because he's already made the decision. He's coming down the lane to pass the ball. Never jump to pass.
7 turnovers for Small in the game. Chaminade trying to force some turnovers here.
He's played pretty darn well, though, on Jimi Hendrix's birthday. You know the set list that Jimmy came out with on July 30th, 1970. Up at on the Baldwin Ridge.
Here's Edwards getting to the bucket.
Great
and
defense. Donley, Elliott, let's go.
Can Chaminade get some points here? Have to cherish each possession down the stretch.
But the defense is now locked in and extended. Who can create here for the Silver Sword? Timeout here, Eric.
Well, that'll leave Chaminade with one timeout. Don't forget,
we're high on the mountains here. Well,
three-point shot.
I think it's much more who has the ball, because Aerosol has played well, Cartano has played well.
They're just 1 for 9 in the second half from three-point land. So
Kendall Small, who's a big-time player, ambidextrous, he's been just guilty of too many turnovers.
Good deflection. Edwards done that several times, getting in the passing lane. Small in the paint.
Turn this over, yeah.
Three-point game inside a minute to go.
Kendall Small, 4 L's combined.
Here's Gresham. Now Edwards posting up, double team.
Great pass.
Turned it over.
Push the ball, Chaminade.
Small in transition, goes at Gresham. Edwards trails and swats it away. And now Hammond's on the other end. Missed the layup.
That's got to be Chaminade's ball.
Well, they can look at this. We're
What's that referee's name?
But they can look at it, Bill. They can go to the monitor and look at it.
Bavard is already calling for it. Isn't that the finger in the...
Pointed that it was Georgia ball, but it is Chaminade ball. Okay.
Okay, now...
Georgia ball.
Okay.
Okay, 3 or 2 here. Let's talk basketball. 3 or 2.
I always talk basketball. Just get a good shot. But, okay, at this point, you're so far down, you got to go for a 3 here. Penetration.
Arrives and misses. Out of bounds off of Georgia. Chaminade has a timeout. Will Eric Bovaird use it here? With 17.8 on the clock. He's not going to. He's going to save it.
Well, the players are ready. I mean, if you can't make...
Or the best shot, or are you going for a 3 here?
I think you have to go for a 3. That's what I would do. I'd penetrate, dish. If it gets late and you're Georgia, foul them. Don't let them have a 3.
Actually, they have fouls to give. They have a foul to give.
There's the penetration. Find Aerosol. Find Aerosol.
Aerosol for 3. Go!
Aerosol spray on.
Timeout, Georgia with 9 seconds to go. A career high 24 points for Andre Aerosol.
Okay.
Georgia's got the ball.
What's the foul to give situation?
Well, if Chaminade fouls Georgia, they go to the line.
Okay, so no fouls to give.
No.
Any timeouts for anybody?
Look at the screen.
I'm watching the game.
Georgia has 1.
Okay.
All right, here's Anthony Edwards.
Okay. Double team him. Come and double team him right here.
Edwards with 4. Edwards with 2. Lets it fly for the win. With 2/10 of a second left. Anthony Edwards continues to show why he's got NBA potential. Drops in the likely game winner. What's going on right now?
That's what I'm trying to tell these guys, to move them up the court here. Because right now, Georgia's going to make them, Chaminade, come away from their own basket to receive.
Small fakes the pass.
There he goes. Oh.
Get it quick.
5 seconds. Great defense there.
It was by Hammonds.
Yeah, Rayshawn Hammonds. Norcross, Georgia. Have you ever been there?
So Georgia just has to get the ball inbounds and the game is over.
So just throw it up and in.
Throw it up and in. What do you mean throw it up and in?
Throw it up into the court and then just have somebody touch it.
There it is. So Georgia gets a win at the Maui Invitational thanks to Anthony Edwards. Go ahead 3 with 6/10 of a second left.
Where's the Gatorade splash on Tom Crane?
How about Chaminade though? Give Chaminade